Greetings, dear hearts. Happy New Year. It's Miss D here, welcoming you into 2020. Can you believe it's 2020? I'm having a hard time believing it's 2020 that I'm living long enough to be there. It's exciting for me and a new journey. Yeah, a new journey. I'm here today getting ready to do a new series for the channel as I have made some new commitments around being a YouTuber. I guess I can no longer say I'm a new YouTuber. I've been around a couple, 3 years, um, but still haven't broke into the real YouTube world. But still continuing to do videos, still continuing to learn and gather information for my ultimate dream for the channel of being a reviewer. Um, but as you know, the dear hearts that have been with me since the beginning, and welcome to all the new dear hearts. I am growing. There's like 153, 54 of us now. So welcome, and I'm excited to have you, and I hope you'll check back in as we're growing and learning and creating here on Do It Yourself DTV. Um, but for those of you that have been with me from the beginning, 2019 came with lots of challenges for Miss D. One of which, the biggest of which, was the loss of my dear daughter Stacy. Um, it's been going on almost 4 months now since Stacy has decided to not decided, but has crossed over, and I'm still going through my personal journey of dealing with and coping with the loss of Stacy. But not to worry, Miss D is doing well. I am, allowing myself to go through the grief and loss process. I haven't worked since, well, full-time worked, since the loss of Stacy. I tried here and there to go in and work a little bit, but it just wasn't time. But as the new year rolls in, tomorrow, in fact, Monday, January 6th, I will be going back to work at the agency and can pick up my duties as program network coordinator for the youth programming that we have at Southwest. I'm a little apprehensive, um, curious, excited, full of emotion about going back to work. In the past 4 months, I haven't really felt like that's where I wanted to be, what I wanted to be doing. But financially, life says, oh, whether you feel it or not, it's time to go back. So I've been bracing myself here in the last few weeks for getting ready to go back and be in a force, to be a vessel for the Lord to use at the place. So that's what's going on the big work front. On the big personal front, I have taken this time to recognize that life is going to be oh so different, oh so challenging for me mentally to be able to truly live life without Stacy, to live life without any of my children. And so I'm going to be learning this year. I'm giving myself this whole year, 2020. I'm giving myself to begin my journey of being able to live with the loss of Stacy. Stacy was not that all my children aren't important, but the fact that Stacy had Down syndrome, she was a big part of my life, daily life, responsibilities, joys, and just an integral part of my everyday makeup. And with her gone, there leaves a voids, I should say, that I'm dealing with and trying to figure out how to move through. And so I'm giving myself this year to continue that. Not to worry, dear hearts. I am finding that I'm each day, each month, coming more and more back to my baseline, more my regular self. But deep within, there's still the having to deal with that loss. As you know, I work in the mental health field, and uh, right now, I thank God for Him putting me in that field and having me learn the skills I've learned, because I've had to apply them to be able to go on. While I don't want to make the journal all about the channel all about me and my loss, I do want to use this platform as a space to talk to us dear hearts that have gone through loss or do have challenges to deal with, to help us all figure out how to deal with the blows and the glows that life brings to us. And so I will be maybe adding a segment into the channel, um, that keeping it real section that I had began some time ago, bringing it back, and let's just keep it real. What are we going through as we are marching on our personal journeys? So this journey for me, is really continuing to try to master YouTube, deal with the ups and downs of YouTube, try to get the channel tighter. I appreciate the new subbies coming. I know I need to go in and revamp my home page where you come in and visit and try to see who Miss D is. I want to organize the videos that I have made. I want to continue to put new products up. I still haven't been into buying equipment and changing what I'm using to record. That's a goal that I have set, that once I have reached a part where YouTube is rewarding financially, that I would use the equipment I have. Although I am sitting here wanting to use some different equipment. I have been, with my time off, cruising the YouTube channels, and I have found a few that have inspired, lifted, and helped me make it through these days that I'm going through. And some of them are using some equipment that, yeah, Miss D's looking like I could work with that. That would be great for what I'm trying to do. Um, but I'm going to stick to my resolve to use what I have, until the financial situation can be different. Keeping it real, the loss of Stacy um, has brought about a financial challenge. Um, she was they say disabled. I don't like that. She wasn't disabled, but she came with challenges of life that made her life different. As those of you that's been around know, she had Down syndrome, and so she lived with me, and that had a certain financial um, gain or benefit with it. It helped support the house. So she left, and then my daughter that had her and her family was living with me. They have also left. Yay for them! They are living um, a little distance from me now, about a half an hour away, and that family unit is growing and getting stronger. But they're too a financial blow to my pocket. So Miss D is living with a lot less financial resources and learning how to deal with that. So I can see the channel being about how do you pare back. This year I will be 62 years old, and back when I was a child, I knew for sure that I would be retired at 62, that I would be living my best life. Well, not quite yet. um, but I do know that I need to work for a few more years and I need to do some financial readjusting to be able to live with, I'm going to say, about half the income that came into the house being away. How's Miss D going to make it? What changes will there be? And I bring everybody along the journey. Um, I am really thinking that the channel, while I'm gonna keep the name Do It Yourself DTV, because this is life, is the journey of life is a do it yourself. Um, I'm going to be doing more lifestyle, as it's going to take a lifestyle shift for me to continue on this journey. To get through the next few years before I retire, and bring you along. I have found in the last 4 months there's a community of beautiful men and women that are in the retirement age, and I'm watching how they're living and what they're doing with themselves, and I'm interested in a few of the things I see out there. So I will bring that here to the channel as I do more discovery. I really want to tighten up my format here. I want to spend more time here on the channel, as I do know that this form of video diary will be a big part of my life, where as long as YouTube and other platforms are out there allowing us to connect this way. And so I hope you, dear hearts that are with me, stay with me, and that we welcome in many, many more. So as we're approaching the very beginning of 2020, Miss D is welcoming you here to the channel to continue to watch it grow. I mean, I myself am doing a review of what have I learned in the last 2.5 years as being a YouTuber, and I'm going to be sharing videos on that. I feel like I've learned a lot, and now I want to apply a lot, and so I want the channel to just grow, become not only my personal video diary, which I do use it for, but also a place where you, dear hearts, come in and gather information, gather inspiration, gather resources. And so that's really how I'm going to move the channel during 2020, is getting it tightened up. So that's going to mean a few little changes, is some cleaning up of some things, but it's never going to be without the crafting. The channel will foremost be my crafting channel, where I come and create, explore, and play in the multi crafts that are out there. I have continued to do some painting. I have moved into junk journal making. It has been exciting for me. And that's what I have used for my therapeutic process, as I have been dealing with the loss of Stacy, in the very first days, as I was emotionally just checked out, um, or I don't even know if checked out is the word, just floating, I guess it was. I use journal making, junk journals, as a tool to help me get inside my emotions and express some of my emotions. I did create a journal. I'm just looking up because the journal I have up here on my shelf, and I did show it here on the channel some time ago, um, as I got to what I thought was complete, but I recognize this journal will be an ongoing journal and probably have volume 1, volume 2, volume 3. But I, in the early days of losing Stacy, I was working in this, what we call junk journals. I don't call this one a junk journal. I call none of them a junk journal, but I call it um, Soul Retreat. And it was just a journal I made as I was going through. Stacy was an artist, and so I, included some of her work and some fond memories. That's Stacy right there, and me some time ago, and I journaled and collaged pages as I thought about her, as I mourned her, and I just, let my creative juices come out expressing feelings of Stacy. This page I really like, the one with the scale balancing the emotions of the loss. Yeah, it's a dark page, but it's talking about holding family close and things like that. And that's what I did with the journals. This is some of Stacy's work. Sorry about the glare, as you know, my lighting not the best. But this puppy was a good place for me to express and work through emotions and show off some of the talents and crafts that I was learning along the way. These were some little envelopes that I watched a fellow YouTuber making in her craft room, and it excited me at the time. And that's a good thing to have when you're going through such a deep loss where you're trying to check out, and then I added some of the cards that came through as people were helping me walk through the early days of the loss and just things that inspired me. So, finding junk journals. Now, I don't know what he got to do with Stacy, but that's me playing with trying to learn to draw. I'm still learning to draw um, some of her art. Stacy has left me with so many pages of her personal art. She used to draw daily, all day, so I have boxes of stuff that I can use. That's her art. This is her art right here. This page means a lot to me. I remember the day she drew it, and she gave it to me as a gift, and I remember being that mom. I said, "Ooh, she look kind of funky, Stacy." And I have grown to love this page. I feel a lot of Stacy's energy from there. And this was my attempt that Stacy had a little dog named Coco. That was her world that she loved. And so I just started playing around drawing a little Coco. Um, for part of the memory of Stacy. But this book helped me through to doing the journaling in here. And so I'm continuing to junk journal as I have become passionate about it. I have pieces of journals started all around the room. Some I've given away. And as the year begins, I'm creating a planner that I'm using the junk journal style. And that's what I will be doing here. The first part of January is creating that planner, working in that planner as I'm going to take it to work with me as I start the journey back into full force working. Um, so you'll see a lot of junk journals and crafting here on the page. I just wanted to make this little video to say, hey, welcome to 2020. Hope that you have the happiest of new year. Hope your journey this year makes you stronger. Um, we all are going to go through journeys in life, and one of the things that I'm coming out the other side of all this loss knowing is that we are put here to go on these personal journeys and to grow and learn so that we can be of service to others. So I want this channel to be of service to you. So I'm not going to chit chat so much about me. And what I'm going to do is call this, hey, welcome to 2020. I'm back. I'm back. Like James Brown, she's back. She's back. And I will be crafting and sharing and just taking a journey, opening it up to you to share with me. Happy New Year, dear hearts. See you in my next video where we will be doing Craft This Desk. Look for Craft This Desk a little later on today because it has to happen now. Bye, dear hearts. Have a great 2020.